Welcome to this channel. We're talking about human consciousness, and we feel a little bit out of breath because we've been preparing and working and moving, and it's been a lot lately. Whew, Jesus. You have to be straight. You don't have to be straight. I saw many weird ways that we could take that, but let's keep to it. So, wow, a lot has happened lately. We have moved from where we were. Now we're in a different place by a community, and this is very interesting also. It's very interesting what is happening here. And so we're working on just getting familiarized with this place, with the other place, and we feel right now that we want to keep the momentum of YouTube running. And they're hosting something right now that I was asked if I'm going to partake, and I feel like that would be nice. But I also feel that it's important to keep doing the daily habits that we have agreed on, like we, with the body, with higher intelligence, and with this whole project. It doesn't mean that this project doesn't expand and morph and, but it's important to keep doing the things that you have spent a long time developing. The habit of posting every day, the habit of meditating every day, the habit of eating healthy every day, the habit of centering into what really matters every single day, the habit of changing your perspective when someone is having a distorted perspective. All of those things require the same muscle. It is the muscle of changing habits. And when you have developed habits, when you move, it's easier to just, it's just this one time. But those are the times that's important to keep going in and finding ways to do it anyway, so that you include yourself into whatever is happening around. Because that's the main thing that will eat you up later. If you go out of your own habits for other people, for other things happening, that's not what this is about. It's about maintaining healthy habits for yourself first, and then. It is the whole seatbelt analogy, And that's the practical side of things. The practical side of looking after a body. There are many different aspects to landing your soul, but that's one of them. There are many aspects, but a lot of them require changing of habits, changing of perspective, how you see things. But there is always a way to see things that is expansive, that actually creates what you're here to build. There are a lot of things that can happen, but the main thing is to keep outside of the survival to be able to maintain. Because unless you give to yourself, you can give to other people, but you're not going to feel like there is a balance when you give to yourself, meaning, what does that mean? It's not just having a dinner. It's like doing the things that you want to do with your God source to move the ship forward, to move your ship forward. As long as you do that, then you have extra. Extra means, yes, I would love to go to that thing. Yeah, I can do it then. You know, it's like that. And so this is what is so important when we are dealing with many things. If we are maneuvering the ship, it's important to stay in the what's to come, what are we creating, and share that with beings, because that will create a different thing in another being's consciousness. You want to take responsibility of your own consciousness so that you don't take your own concerns and place them on others. There are different ways to make sure that what you want to create, you are instilling this, the vision, in another being. That's what a good leader does, instilling the vision in someone else so that you can see. So that you can see what is next. And you can see at least a possibility of what can be next. It's always your choice to follow. But when something makes sense, it is almost stupid not to follow. You know? And a lot of things can look similar, but it's not the same, because it has a different consciousness behind it. You know? Certain things are for certain beings. Certain things are for other beings. And Gaia and God are the ones that are moving us. Really, every single day. And that's not some other force, that's you, with your body, right now. What are you going to do? You are God in a body, whether you are aware of it or not. You are God in a body. Are you going to acknowledge that? Or do you have stories of other things to do, or then that's the thing that takes the frequency dominance. It always is like that. It's never ever been anything else but that. But it's easy to get caught in the mundane of what has to be done every day. It is easy to do that. So we are opening up for suggestion to inject and fill up your own cup. And know what that is for you. This is why it's so important to know where you're heading. Some beings are just cruising, and that's not the purpose here. Unless you have someone that you follow, that you trust. Follow that. If there is resonance with your body, that is gold. Some people are thinking more than they're feeling, and they might second guess their feelings even, but their feelings never lie. The mind can sort of have, oh, but what about this and what about that? And there's a lot of things like that. But once you learn to look after your vessel properly, and you learn to let the habits, and allow for the habit and instill the habits that's needed for there to be expansion of energy. And it is mastery of your human experience. But it's not about thinking all the time about everything that you need to do. It's creating a system of operation. Okay, from that to that, I'm doing this type of work. From that to that, I'm doing this type of work. And be strict about that with yourself and other people. Sometimes things are just too much. And if things are just too much, it's important to take some time off, because your consciousness creates. And it is like running on empty. You're not going to get so much done, but it seems like you're doing a whole bunch of stuff. Posting here, posting there, posting there. For what? What's the reason of posting so many? Like, for example, like marketing, like you feel like you have to do. And if you get caught in that, manifestationally, it might not have the same effect as if you did one thing, one video a week, let's say, that is truly, truly from the heart, from the resonance that you do when you're in alignment, which you only truly get when you are connected and you are following your joy. Sometimes we get that things are situational. Some things you just have to do the best that you can. But in the moments that you do connect, you get the right ideas. What is the next thing? What is the next thing here? Right? So, this is the reason why we love these higher sessions so much. And this is the reason why higher sessions are actually really good to do every day. Because they do reset you back to your connection, or the step that needs to be looked at to get closer to the connection. There are different stages that people are on when it comes to this consciousness game. So if you wish to join us, we are going to have a Higher Live tomorrow right here. And we just sent out a link for you to register. Register at least 1 hour before, otherwise the registration closes 1 hour before. So we're going to send out one more. So sign up for the WhatsApp group and you will receive a link and you can sign up there. Hope to see you there. Take care. Ciao.